Good morning all, and hello from Latvia. Sorry, I lost my voice a little bit, but we'll make it through. So from Latvian perspective, definitely the main point for today is Ukraine and developments there. We just had a very harsh meeting with the human rights activists who are working with the detainees, with prisoners of war, with Ukrainian children, and those heartbreaking stories reiterated once again that Europe shouldn't lose its focus, and whenever possible and whenever ready, we should be sure that we put this question on the table and don't forget those people who are in a dire situation because of the war. But globally, this also is a moment to intensify our support because Russia is trying to do the same thing that they did last year, trying to bomb the energy infrastructure to make winter for Ukrainians harsh. And from that perspective, we believe that very important decisions were made in Ankara, actually, to provide continuous support in large scale for Ukraine to be able to stand for the freedom militarily. We are doing our share in Latvia as well. We just donated additional amount of money to Pearl Initiative. We are supporting the drone production, so basically there are those steps that we are doing to make sure that Ukrainians stand there. It's also very important to make sure that we can provide additional sanctions, and we are doing all that we can to actually agree on the sanctions package as soon as possible. We hope that agreement will come maybe today, maybe tomorrow, in the upcoming days definitely. But for us, the easing of sanctions is not acceptable, and Latvia will not support the proposals from some of the member states to get a lift of some of the sanctions. It's not acceptable for us. And shortly on the Middle East, we'll probably discuss Iran mainly, and the process is very challenging over there. We hope that the real peace in the region will establish soon. It's important for all the countries in the region. We have a lot of partners who are also coming to speak with us today. And Latvia will be ready to participate in the efforts for the peace in very practical ways when there would be that opportunity, when there would be no attacks anymore.
Minister, can I ask you, Minister, on that last point, do you think it was one huge mistake from President Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu, this situation with Iran? I mean, it doesn't seem to be a way out at this stage.
Well, the way out is always not easy in those kind of conflicts. But one thing for us is quite clear, that Iran always was a huge threat for all the region, not only for Israel, and we have very clear evidence on that now. And those claims and accusations, how they are preparing for the ballistic program, preparing the nuclear program, this is a real threat for the world, and there should be some response to that. We are unfortunately not in a situation when every region in the world is friendly to each other. We just can't afford for the hostile countries to do as they want. So this is that reality. Well, it's hard to say if it was a mistake or not, but the action was needed definitely, and we see that if Iran is not addressed, it will be even more problematic for the region.
On Israel, are you in favor of sanctions?
Let's start with you, and then please.
About Iran again, but do you see the need for de-escalation, and how can Europe help de-escalate the situation? If I may ask also a second question on the sanctions on Russia. You said the 21st package is blocked. Will there be sanctions adopted today, though, outside this package, and what will they be?
I will start with the second one. We are currently focusing on actually the final agreement on 21st section package. So we want to adopt it as a block. If we will fail to adopt it as a block, we'll probably agree on some partial sanctions. But all focus is on 21st package as a whole. And as for Iran, of course, Europe tries to engage diplomatically as much as we can. We try to show our readiness to be there in the region, and readiness to support our reliable partners in the region. Actually, we have several of them. We are supporting them both economically, politically, diplomatically, all that we can. And this is actually also, I believe, a chance for Europe to make our friendships better, because our presence is not sufficient enough at the moment.
The sanctions on Israel, there's an option paper on the table from the Commission. Are you in favor of sanctions? And why is it so difficult for you to speak with one voice?
With Israel, it is much more complicated for many European countries, indeed. This position is on the table. We are currently in a position that we are in favor for speaking with them and not closing the communication channels. So this is important, because the situation is definitely much more complicated. There are some smaller sanction items we could possibly agree in the future, but at the moment we are not ready to agree to the proposal. We'll probably discuss this issue as well, but there are really quite huge differences among European countries. I don't believe that we are currently ready for the decision.
Yes. Do you expect from Russia any kind of escalation during summer break, and what signal should Europe send to Russia to change any of its plans?
Well, it's of course always hard to predict. They are trying to do what they can to escalate. The good news is probably that Ukraine is now much more ready to actually do harm to the Russian economy and do harm for their efforts to wage a war. Just as I said in the beginning, Europe's response must be decisive as always. Sanctions package is a very strong signal, because 21st package is really harmful for many people in Russia and for many of those who are close to Putin and for many of those who are actually getting money from the war. And but of course, bigger military support and our joint commitment to support Ukrainian people and those who are hostages of the war, this is also in the line of that. Please, yes.
Question: will you discuss about like visa ban for Russian soldiers?
Yes.
Yes. And will you still see a blockade from France, Italy, and Spain, or is there?
Unfortunately, we don't have an agreement on that yet, but this is a very principal question for Latvia. That is true, because well, we have that border, and in the last 20-30 years we have seen a lot of people, of course, from Russia traveling in and traveling out. And what they're trying to do, unfortunately, is they are infiltrating. They are agents of influence. They are KGB guys, former KGB guys, and so they're infiltrating them here. And this is a danger for many European countries. And we are working relentlessly with our partners to get that information and get their understanding that this could be harmful for every single capital, not only for Riga or Tallinn, but also for Lisbon, Madrid, Paris, etc. We are probably not there yet, but this is a very principal question for us. We will continue to work on that.
Mr. Secretary,
Please.
what do you expect in a cooperation with the new Ukrainian government, and how was the previous one?
We had great cooperation with the previous government. I don't think that anything should change on that front. We have great friendship with Taras Kachka, with Andriy Sibiha. They have always been reliable partners. And frankly, at least at this point, there were no indications that anything would change. We are glad that we have partners from which whom we can work directly and work on every single issue. No problems on that, definitely. If that's like, if there's any more questions, I will go. There's a line definitely over there. But thank you very much and have a nice day. Bye, guys.